everywhere we went, middle-aged women would know Jeremy and would be swooning over him.
The escape pod.
Well, I don't know if that's entirely true, but
it's not a bad way to start things off.
I think so. A bit of a boost to the ego. Welcome to Turnstile Records presents The Escape Pod. I'm Jezbot.
Timmy Jezbot.
And I'm Danoz.
Back in the pod, Danoz. Very good to see you.
Likewise, it's been quite a considerable amount of time.
Yes.
Set phones to stun.
Yes.
It's a mouthful.
You're right.
I haven't talked since the last podcast.
Okay.
Nibba knob.
You're very alone during the day, aren't you?
Yeah, it's great.
Not talking to anyone.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Unique
Got that
New
bottle
York.
open there, Jeremy?
There you go.
I might just open this bottle of... what is it? Beersies? There you go.
It's
As easy as that.
It's an unsatisfying pop when it's wrapped
Sort
in
of
paper.
is, yeah. It's a bit of a letdown.
Now, straight off the bat, speaking of batting, have you seen Wonder Woman?
Nope.
Jeepers.
No.
Jeepers.
Have you seen it?
I watched it the other day, and I
Okay.
stayed awake the entire time.
You went to
I'll
the
tell you that.
cinema?
No. Got Bill.
Okay. It's available, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thought it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, right,
Video, DVD.
Yeah, one of those kind of...
Is this a...
Snooze review.
2.0.
Oh, here we
Let's hear
go.
another one. Snooze reviews.
Well, it's a 0 because I stayed awake the whole time.
Okay, awesome. So, and only because she's just so goddamn good
Well,
looking?
that's the thing. I don't remember any of the movie.
Okay.
Can't tell you anything about it. I think it was
Yep.
World War One.
Yeah.
But she's incredibly wondrous, that woman.
Okay.
Isn't she?
Right.
Anyway.
Haven't seen the movie. I have seen who
That's it.
I have seen who the actress is. Couldn't tell you her name, but yes, she's quite pretty.
Well, I've been freaking out about AI technology and the robots coming to take our jobs. ABC last week had about 7 articles online and on the news about it.
They've been going pretty hard on it. In fact, we do in Pod World we do cross promotion of other pods, don't we?
Sure do.
There is a new ABC pod worth getting your teeth stuck into called Science Friction,
Okay.
and it explores things like AI,
Is that the hot tip?
virtual reality,
Okay.
why those call bots, the automated voices that are on all of those.
Yep.
Yeah,
The ring
are,
up the
are all women. Why?
because we like the sound of wind.
Well, we do, but other women would probably be a little bit ticked off. I don't know. We should get a woman in here and ask her.
Have we got one of those? No.
Not tonight.
No.
Yeah,
Alright,
so
let's say,
I mean,
question
it's they're coming for us, the robots.
The robots.
The
yeah.
robots are definitely coming for us. Something's happening. There's been so many news articles about it. I was starting to think, well, maybe we're just... maybe it's coming a lot quicker than we thought.
And even the legitimate news articles are now asking the question, when can you fuck it?
That's right.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. Not so far off, I think.
That's it, and that actually relates to the commercial break we've got today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Topical.
So we'll get to that. It is very topical.
I can't.
But shall we hit them with a little bit of north,
East.
South.
west?
It's the
It's
news.
the news.
I think we got it wrong.
Is it north,
East.
West.
south?
Yeah,
That's the news. Yeah, we got it right. That's the news. So what's in the news?
You stupid bitch!
Yeah, a bit of a throwback segment.
Okay. That was
To,
that was a young one's.
What did you put in the
Callback.
food, you stupid bitch? Yeah, I've got a couple of throwbacks this episode.
Okay.
A couple of recaps.
Okay.
Good.
Other things that have come back into the news. This is full circle.
Okay.
What was that just clicked then? Is that my...
Your beer just
It
cracked.
sound like my beer cracking, didn't it?
Yeah.
Probably not.
It's the Gremlins.
Mum sues reject shop over dead mouse allegedly found in SpongeBob biscuit packet.
Right. Well,
See this? Did you hear about this? Did you see this?
Oh, well, you got one of these stories crop up annually.
They do.
Yeah.
I've been on the mouse hunt over
Okay.
the last 2 weeks. It's been cold and all the mice. This season's been particularly bad. I never had mice in my house, but this season, yeah, they're all over that shit.
Yeah.
And
I thought
everywhere.
the callback was going to be the poo present in coffee granules.
No, I've got a poo story. I've got a poo story next.
Oh, okay, good.
So
Okay.
Frankie got her first kill of a mouse.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations, Frankie.
Yeah. And then I said, well, I've got to put some traps out. And we got 4 mice in 2 days, 3
But
days.
Cass did say something that rang cleverousness. She said because the houses are being knocked down in the area, they're all just scrambling to the nearest houses,
Yep.
creating problems. Because you were saying
No,
there's
no,
a
no. And
mixed,
you put-
mixed races.
Yeah, that's right. There's different types of mice.
Yeah.
Ones with long snouts. You got your rounder head. It was a
You got
black
your,
one. There was,
Yep.
it was weird.
Yeah.
Filthy fuckers.
Yeah, well, your issue is that you're leaving them a 3-course dinner on the floor every day.
That's right.
In the form of dog food.
In the form of dog food.
Yeah.
And they can smell it a mile away.
And they want it.
Yep.
Oh, you've got dogs though. Like, what do you do?
You feed them, but do you leave food out or do you take...
Just leave it there. They're grazers. They just have like
Yeah.
a couple of munchies and then.
Herein lies your problem. What you need to invest in is lasers.
Lasers.
Or a cat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nah, don't like cats.
Cats,
Cats
don't get a cat.
Cats can eat a dick.
Don't upgrade the pet situation any more than it needs to be.
I was thinking about a Dr. Zeus style situation where I have to get a cat and then I have to get what do you get? to
Isn't
get rid of the cat?
that she swallowed the fly to catch the
I guess. Yeah.
Doesn't a hat play a pretty important role?
Wasn't that
which bit?
Dr. Zeus, cat in a hat?
Oh, cat in the hat.
Yeah.
True that.
Yeah.
True that.
But
No doubt.
that the old lady who lived in the shoe wasn't Zeus, was it?
No,
That was just a
that was just a nursery rhyme.
Mm.
And the woman who swallowed the fly to catch the catch the
that's
fly,
right.
I guess she'll die.
Yes.
Don't know why I couldn't say that.
weird.
That's
isn't
separate as well.
And perhaps not Dr. Zeus.
Back to the reject shop over dead mouse allegedly found in SpongeBob biscuit packets. First clue there, reject shop. Reject shop.
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Should I say any more?
Poor marketing, I reckon. Bad name for a company.
What about NQR? Not quite right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is bad. This is bad. You feel
Yeah.
weird. Have you ever been into any of those shops?
Yeah, often.
The supermarket onesies.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep. Like the reject shop.
So why are they in there?
Why am I in there?
No. Why are the products in there? They're not out of date, surely. You can't
No.
sell them.
No, they
That
can't
stuff.
sell them because the ice creams half melt and refreeze.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, this is why I think it's just silly marketing, because it hasn't been rejected from anyone else previously. You just need to pick something ambiguous, like Kmart or
Yeah.
Big W.
Aldi's.
They don't make sense either, but at least they don't have reject in the title.
yeah, that is so true.
Shithouse foods.
Well, a mother says her young daughter is traumatized after opening a packet of SpongeBob SquarePants biscuits. I'm going to say that a lot.
Yeah.
Bought at the reject shop and found a dead mouse inside. Azra Yaman, age 10. All she wanted was some biscuits some delicious biscuits in the shape of SpongeBob SquarePants, a yellow sponge who lives under the sea and stars in a cartoon of the same name, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Do you think this guy was getting paid per word, and he thought, how many times can I say?
And he's getting
SpongeBob?
kickbacks from
Yeah.
saying SpongeBob SquarePants.
Little on the
Trademark,
side each time.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
She alleges the defendants supplied biscuits that weren't safe for human consumption. It led her daughter to suffering a range of psychological maladies. What's maladies?
Melodies is a musical term.
That's
so
melodies.
Yeah.
This is MALADIES.
Okay.
Am I pronouncing that wrong?
I think it's when you get a song stuck in your head, isn't it?
Is there anybody out there?
I call that brain loop.
Yes.
When you get a brain loop.
Mm-hmm.
Brain loops. Over and over again.
Brain loop.
She opened the foil wrapping,
Brain
loop.
curled up inside. The biscuit was a brown, furry snout of a dead mouse. It was a full mouse.
Well,
Um,
Accidents happen.
She suffered sadness
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah.
what you've got to do is open
Throw it out.
Yeah, that's right. Before
Yeah.
you go shoving this SpongeBob That is quite hard to say. Square Bob, Sponge
SpongeBob.
Pants.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yep.
Is that him?
Yep.
I don't have kids, so I don't know.
Never saw the appeal in SpongeBob SquarePants.
You haven't watched it?
No.
It's hilarious.
Is it?
I dare to say it's hilarious.
Okay.
So what you do is,
I'll get
before
on
you
board.
shove them down your gullet, you open them first and you have a squeeze in there to see whether or not,
It's a reject.
Yeah. Is it rotten?
Has it got a rat in it?
Well, this was probably a packet mix, so it was a collection of flour and powders, and so it's not going anywhere near your gob until you've taken it out of the packet, added some milk, added an egg, stirred, put it on a baking tray, stuck it in the oven, and during that period of time, you're going to notice the big fucking hairy mouse.
Yeah.
I think you
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Or you're tipping
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they
And
were
I'm
biscuits or chips or I don't know. They would have been
And
biscuits.
the whole I'm having psychological melodies. I'm
Is
calling
the mother.
bullshit.
Call it bullshit.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a
It's
sad,
called,
sad
it's called
song.
bullshit.
I'm calling
Oh,
bullshit.
cool.
All right.
Cool bullshit.
He's called bullshit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Dingy
put his
on that
foot
one?
down.
Yep. Yep.
Put one's foot down.
Yep. I just before you get onto another exciting story, I was that wasn't meant to be a joke.
Go ahead.
I had a possible theory around the origin of crop circles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great.
We'll talk about this in one of the pods.
Yes, you were.
Good,
So-
because I'm more than done with the...
With the reading.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, I was going to say that a possible origin story, because you guys are both convinced that it's
something.
something, was for eons, dating back to early prehistory, people have always really enjoyed rolling around in the hay.
Okay.
So, origin story,
Mm-hmm.
you want to go off and have a little bit of a roll in the hay. When you're rolling, you know how because your shoulders are taller or wider than
Yeah.
your feet, so when you roll, you're actually rolling in circles.
Right, yes, yep.
They've finished their hanky panky.
Oh,
They've stood
that
up.
Sounds so creepy.
They've stood up and they've gone, I think we're onto something here. Why don't we have a party and get a collection of friends to come down and have a roll in the hay? Let's call it the first ever orgy.
Orgy.
Okay.
Yeah, swingers party.
Right.
And then when they were walking between each other's roll in the hay,
Right.
they created the connecting lines, dating back to pre-Egyptian times, and that's where it dates to.
Right.
I'm going to pass.
No?
I'm going to pass on that theory.
Okay.
I go, I'm a
Were you
hard pass on that one.
squeezing your nipples really tightly while coming up with that theory?
No, I was listening. I was just walking home, thinking, "No, you guys are wrong. It's definitely man-made. It may not be just a dude with a plank of wood and a piece of rope walking around in circles.
Yeah.
No,
Which
it's 50,
many-
it's
which
50
many
people,
people
having an
walking.
orgy.
Which, hey, look, it was just a theory.
Yeah. And
true.
hey, man, you can have theories. It's all right. Why
Yep.
not?
Yep.
Well, I've been looking at, as I said, I was looking at the AI stuff. And
Is that more
Is
of a
that part
second
of
half?
the
Yeah, it is.
second half?
It is.
We're in the news.
You know he does that every time we get to the second ad, to the second news story. You introduce the second half of the show,
Yeah.
and then when we get to the second half of the show, got another to talk about. What about one of my other throwbacks?
I would love to hear
Yeah, let's
about it.
hear it.
Okay,
Is
cool.
it the poo one?
It's got poo in it.
Okay, good.
Mm.
Everyone loves a good poo story.
They sure do.
Everyone.
Woman arrested for shitting on boss's desk after winning the lottery.
Yes, I
Okay.
remember this one.
Yes. Now this is a newer one,
Okay.
Okay.
not the one.
I also
that we-
had the shitting on the Chinese Chinese
Chinese.
restaurant.
What do you call
what do
it?
you call
Fast
it?
food
No,
buffet.
buffet. Chinese buffet.
Ever shat on anything, Dan?
Uh,
Other than a toilet?
yeah, no,
No,
not with
I
any
think,
any malicious intent.
man.
Okay.
No.
What about you, Tim?
No, but I think the most I've ever laughed is watching a friend of ours do a shit on newspaper to put on someone's windscreen, and we laughed so much, so hard, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, it was pretty.
It was
fucked
the
up.
funniest thing I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah, boys will be boys. Well, when you sneak
That's
out
so
of a
funny.
night, because that's what you have our sleepovers, and then
Yep.
we sneak out the back.
Yep.
Oh, do a shit.
I guess so.
It was so funny.
Mystery
It
people.
was so
okay.
hilarious. According to the Valley Report, a 41-year-old woman, so she's of sound body and mind. She really should be. She had the winning lottery ticket worth over $3 million on Friday night, but showed up to work anyway on Monday to deliver one last package. That package was very hot and very steamy.
And
Well,
now-
I don't know where I'm getting these news stories from, but
me
the
neither.
writing is pretty bad.
But I tell you what, what's she playing at? So now she's got $3 million. Someone can sue her for it.
Well, that's it.
If you're gonna do a case for my spare bodge bob gun. That guy.
We've all
Spare
Yes,
Bob, spare Bob,
bodge,
square
bob.
bodge.
Yeah. There's a mouse in the packaging. Like if someone dumps a turd on my desk, I'm gonna sue.
You're gonna know.
I would like
sue.
to.
Yeah.
I would like to put it out there that pretty much everyone has worked for that one boss where you think to yourself, "Geez, if I had the opportunity, I would love to take a steaming turd on his desk."
Yeah, I felt that way when I worked for Dad for 17 years.
Well, that's a link
You
to
haven't-
one of my stories.
You haven't had that urge to just do something that just says, "I really don't appreciate your managerial style."
Here's what I think of your style.
Yeah, and I work for myself, so
Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear a first-hand account from
But
the
just
witness?
before you get
key
off
witness?
just before you get off the subject, I won Teslato last week.
Did you?
what?
Yeah.
Lottery.
Yeah,
There you go. Good.
What'd you win?
$23.70.
$23.70. What is that? A Division 17.
I was going to say 17.
I think it's Division 6.
Division 6. When do they stop divisioning it?
Division 6, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, when you go through the breakdown, there's like 48,783 Division 6 winners. So, yeah.
Shazbot.
Now,
Yeah.
is that the
It's better than a kick in the teeth, though.
is that the traditional Chinese good luck? Some sort of fortune? Did you pick the numbers? Have you got a system?
Yes, I
was
do
it
have a
buy it on
system.
day?
You go to the Dandenong market on a Friday afternoon. You order a spicy Kransky with sauerkraut and braised onions,
Okay.
with a little bit of American mustard.
Wow, this
during
is systems.
during that waiting period while they're making it for you, you walk over to the
Hold on, I'm going to take some notes.
the news agency,
I guess so.
Chatsalotto person.
Tattle stalls.
And you say, "Hello, can I please have a regular quick pick for Saturday?"
And
And he
Right.
says, "Sure."
what does that mean?
You're at a bakery,
Yep. And
so that's all you do.
well,
quick pick.
no,
You
but
don't pick numbers.
there's more to the story. In the last, say, 2 months, I haven't been a tats player for long, but in the last 2 months, I reckon I've won 5 times.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm still in the negative.
You're still down.
Because each, I average
down a pound.
around about $15 to $17. So a $23.70 win was actually a step up for me.
I think
pretty
we've
good.
talked about your gambling habits before.
Have we?
Yeah, you've played roulette once with
Yep.
$5.
Yep.
And I believe you were online with
Yeah,
old
sports
workmates.
sports multis.
Yeah, so like you're gonna pick a hockey team, a
Yeah.
baseball team,
Yeah.
a crocheting team.
Yeah. Competitive crocheting.
Yeah.
You got your darts,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've got your lawn bowls.
Yep.
And you
Put them all
down-
together, mix them up, chuck a tenner at it, and you could be a millionaire.
Yeah.
How's that worked?
Didn't work either.
No.
No.
Today's Turnstile Record presents sponsor Sportsbet.
Hmm.
Sportsbet Australia. Sportsbet Toby Maguire.
Bet
No,
it
it's
all.
not Toby
Isn't
Maguire.
that their motto? Bet it all.
Yeah. Who's that? Yeah, sorry, Tim. Go
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
You want to still want to hear about?
I wanna know what
The
happened.
poo story, of course
Oh,
we
wait.
do.
Oh, yeah, okay,
of course
cool.
we do.
The courier company had no idea that she'd won, so they were a bit shocked when they walked in to see a woman
Defecating.
defecating. I knew something was wrong because I came back from lunch and the door to my office was closed. said the manager. I slowly opened the door to discover the woman with her pants around her ankles, hunched over on my desk like a hippopotamus dropping a massive poo on my desk. She shot her head towards me and we locked eyes. I was frozen in shock and fear. In my peripheral vision, I saw a huge mud monkey slamming out of her butt like Play-Doh Fun Factory.
You said this was poorly written. That's some of the best.
Right,
That's some of the best journalism I've read all week.
Yep, that was from the witness.
Okay.
That was from the manager. Sorry, the manager said.
What's the
I'm going to say Southern.
Yeah, where
It's kind of a
where
Southern
did you go
accent.
there? Where were you?
I was in the South.
Yes.
I don't know. Doesn't actually say.
Just say Adelaide.
Dolly? Yeah, Adelaide. There you go. It was worth it, the woman said on arrest. On Friday, when I realised I hit the lotto, I knew this would be the first thing I would do. I'd hit up every Mexican food truck and save my dumps all weekend. I was suffering around like I was on a death row inmate, trying not to explode. I've been putting up with that guy's shit for years, and this time he's going to put up with a load of mine.
That is
Yeah.
The
that is
end.
crook.
The end.
I'm just not sure if I was busted in the act of that, I would be willing to go on the record to describe,
How much?
Where?
to try and justify why I was taking a steaming dump on someone's.
Well, she's a
Someone's
millionaire now.
dead.
I think that's
so-
justified.
Yeah.
Should put up with his shit for long enough. Now it's
Yeah.
time for him to put up with letters.
Yeah.
$3 million. I gotta say, it's
Did they name her?
Not
or
all-
has she remained anonymous?
Her photo was on the site, but
Okay.
yeah,
$3 million isn't that much.
No.
it's not that much.
No.
It's not that much.
I mean, it is. It's great. I would like
Yeah.
$3
I want
million.
it. I want it. Yeah, I'll have
you
some.
could-
You
yeah,
couldn't
I'll have some.
retire on it, though.
No. Not at these prices.
No, you could live off. You could partly live off the interest though, of $1 million, $2 million.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, you could.
No, you couldn't.
It's $25,000 a year, $2 million, $50,000 a year. That's just to cover you. Plus, you're paying off your house for that other $1 million. You could.
You're not going to be having.
I could.
You're not going to be
I could.
having cocaine orgy sex parties rolling around in the hay there.
Yeah,
Tim.
In the
crop
old,
circle.
the crop circles.
He hasn't factored that in. When someone wins Tats Lotto, they might have won $3 million, but you're not accounting for the fact that the first thing you do after you take a turd on your boss's thing is have a cocaine-fueled sex orgy that costs you $1 million.
And then take a dump, and then spend the rest of the time in prison.
Yeah, yeah, because cocaine plays havoc with your bowels.
Yeah, especially $1 million worth of it.
Yeah.
Well, how much would it take for you guys?
So much.
to take a dump on a
And
desk.
it's a good boss. It's a boss you like.
Um,
You've won. Let's just say you win.
It can't be a boss you like. You wouldn't take a poo on your boss's desk if you liked them.
Maybe we're gonna
okay, a boss you don't like.
Yeah,
How's that? How's that
Yeah,
going?
that's better.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can deal with those parameters.
yeah.
I reckon $5 million.
$5 mil.
$5 mil. I'll take a
Well, you
dump.
don't necessarily need to be caught. If I wasn't going to be caught,
You
there
are
are bosses
You
from
take
my
a dump every day.
there are
Yes.
bosses
Mr.
from my
Pooper.
past that I would happily drop a secret turd on
Now.
now.
In this
You go back?
scenario,
No, not in my current occupation.
No, you go back to your old
I
job.
would go
just
back
take
to
a dump.
my old job, say hi to a few people, how you going, and deposit a turd.
Right.
Yeah,
remind me not to ever hire you.
yeah.
But in this scenario, I think you are definitely going to get busted.
Okay.
Your boss walks in on you mid squat.
Should I rerun that quote?
Yeah, please.
I saw a huge mud monkey sliding out from her butt like a Play-Doh Fun Factory.
Doesn't sound like Mexican food to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Where are mud monkeys from?
Your ass.
Traditionally. Uranus. See, that's great. That's
Yeah, that is
fantastic.
good. Yeah, that's good.
Have you guys got any news stories? Don't think so. It looks like you're pretty empty-handed.
No, it's more political, topical stuff. No, I don't. But I do have a note about the dog escaping.
Oh yeah,
Not my dog either.
please.
Okay.
Can you tell that story?
I can't really tell the
Can't you?
whole story.
Why not?
Why?
I think you can.
Oh well, I'm doing this job, and they have a dog, and I've been in the house with the dog, and it always wants to get inside.
Mm.
I have to keep it outside.
What were you doing with the dog?
Just babysitting it, watching it.
Dog sitting.
Dog sitting.
While
basically,
working.
While working, yeah.
That's okay.
Don't let the dog out. Who let the dogs out? I'll let the dog out. Accidentally.
Don't let the dog out.
Well, I didn't actually do it. We had a plumber come in, and he went under the house to do his thing, and there's a little hatch because it's on a slope, so you can get around into the shed from under the house. It's a weird setup. Anyway, the dog has followed him in, and he's sitting at the door of the shed, and so someone's opened the door, and it's fucking piss bolted. And so it's like, where's the dog? Where's the dog? They didn't know where the dog was. We went running for the dog. Anyway.
Couldn't find the dog.
Couldn't
Did you find the dog?
We found the dog the first time.
Okay.
And I was freaking out pretty hard because how do you have that conversation with the client? I've lost your dog.
Yeah.
Your dog's dead.
Yeah.
You can't have that conversation.
You don't want it.
Don't want to have that.
Dog babysitting is never written into a building contractor's agreement terms.
You know.
Yeah,
You don't want to let-
he's a dog owner. He respects the
Respect the dog.
dog code.
Do you think you got the job because you're a dog owner and you could bond on that level?
No, not at all.
So therefore, irrelevant.
Anyway, the dog
True.
got out.
Look after your
we
own
found the
fucking
dog.
dog.
That was the first.
Okay.
That was the first time,
Okay.
and managed to get it home, get it all locked away before anyone found out about it, which was good because it was only up the street just a little bit.
Okay.
Anyway, it was there on the Saturday, and it got out again, but this time it was the owners that it escaped the same way it escaped. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they freaked out. So I'm glad I didn't tell them that they got out the first time
Okay.
because she was distraught.
Okay.
It's fair enough.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
So
you did the right thing.
I did the
Yeah.
right thing.
Yeah. By doing the wrong thing.
That's right. That's right. So that was, she was really, really upset. So I got in the car, had to drive around, had to squirt around. No dog. Had to go back to the job, and I just kept working. And eventually, someone found the dog, called up RSPCA, got your dog. Yeah, all good. Dog's back.
So did she find out? Because
She lost it the second
She
time.
lost it the second.
Oh, that's the second
Yeah.
time. Okay, sure, no doubt.
The third time was 2 days ago. Fucking dog got through the same escape hatch. Escape artist, man. I lifted the shed up and it fucking piss bolted. And so I'm in my nail bag and my blunnies,
Yeah.
fucking running down the street for this greyhound.
It's a greyhound.
It's a greyhound.
Holy Toledo.
So it's just like
It's really running.
It's running. It's just in front of me, like,
Yep.
Stop, please stop.
Like a
Yeah.
whippet or a full-grown...
Furful,
Full grown.
Okay.
Furful,
Yeah.
Furfy.
Furphy.
What's its name?
All names will be held back
Okay. Oh yeah, true. To protect
to protect the innocent.
the client.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just kept running and fucking running and running, and it eventually ran into a house, and I had to. Yeah, and
It's one of those things you actually associate with greyhounds.
Yeah,
True. Running.
Yeah.
Good runners.
Yeah. And fast.
yeah, they're very fast, and I'm out of shape. But the point, I'll tell you the three. Oh god, it's so
Please
fucking
tell it.
bad.
Please tell it.
So bad.
Because I've heard it 3 times and I want to hear it one more time. Because it's so bad.
Well, the fucked up thing was the reason why she was so upset about the dog getting out, because she was like, "Oh, thanks for going to look for the dog with me. 'Cause I couldn't go through that again." I was like, "Oh, what happened?" She goes, "Oh, we had a fence builder over here, and he was building the fence and had my 2 dogs, and we had to tie them up on the fence because it was like, good escape. And he left them there because he thought I was coming home, but I wasn't for like 4 hours or something. And
This is the owner
This is the
saying
owner.
that. Yep.
and so when she had got home, she found her 2 dogs had freaked out because they were
And
alone
hung
by
themselves.
and hung themselves
Holy shit balls.
Off the balcony.
off the fence.
That's That's quite a sad story.
Isn't it?
We shouldn't touch.
Dum-dum.
It's either hung themselves, or the fence builder wasn't a dog lover.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Did the job.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to cut that one out.
No, don't. Please don't. It's
That was
great.
terrible.
People love that. People love those
Don't-
stories.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
terrible.
quite a
And
sad...
it was poorly told as well, so... Because I don't want to tell it, because it's terrible. And there's
I'm leaving it in
punchline.
there. There's
Yeah.
pretty much no way you can edit that out, seeing as I'm the editor.
Have you ever lost any pets in unfortunate circumstances?
I had my pet cat Hoodie move
Mhm.
out.
Mm-hmm.
He left for 9 weeks, and we told the kids, "Oh, that's it there." Now sometimes cats they leave home to die. You
Yep.
know, they go somewhere, they find somewhere special to die, and that's where they go. And we told the kids, and because he was gone, it was 9 weeks, as long as he's ever been gone. And then we all came to terms with it, and then 2 weeks
Got
later,
a replacement cat?
yeah, 2 weeks later, he came home.
Okay.
And we're like, oh. So, kids, that's the circle of life. There was the time that the rats, we had pet rats, and the rats died. One of the rats died, and the other one turned crazy because they're very
Bond.
they're very family orientated rats.
Mm-hmm.
And he went mad. Bit you, didn't he?
Yeah, you
Didn't
did.
through the
Okay.
finger?
Yeah,
Something like
yeah.
that?
Used to have a pet guinea pig called Mo, who used to eat lawn in crop circle design, which was quite
Okay.
random.
Okay.
But hence the name Mo. And one day we couldn't find Mo because he just used to run free in the backyard. He'd somehow got into next door, and we had to remove him from an Alsatian's mouth. And
No.
the poor guy had 2 broken legs at the back because he'd been basically munched by a German Shepherd. And
No Mo?
he dragged himself around on his hind legs for
Eating grass?
eating grass in concentric circles for the next couple of months, and he was all fine again.
Ah.
No more Mo. No Mo Mo.
No,
No.
No.
yeah.
Mormo.
More Mo.
Mormo.
There's chapter 2 to the guinea pig story. I thought as a good present for my baby sister, Kate, I would get her a guinea pig. So bought the guinea pig, took her back to the place where I was living, put it outside in a cardboard box, going, yeah, it'll be happier outside, before I go and present it to her later on that evening. Got back home from work or wherever I'd been, went out to the box, guinea pig was dead.
Ah. Schroeder's box?
Boiled to death.
Was it
I think
Schroeder's box?
they scare easily, and they can die of fright,
Huh?
and it's
Being
all
alone.
it's all a bit unfortunate.
Mm.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
What a miserable way to spend the last half of the first half of the show.
If your sex robot is in need of repair, return your sex robots to Rudolph Bernstein's Sex Robot Return Center. Here at Sex Robot Returns, we disinfect your sex robot and we reprogram your sex robot with the latest and most erotic algorithms. So rest assured, Rudolph Bernstein's Sex Robot Return Center will take care of all your sex robot needs.
Sex Robot Return Center is not responsible for lockjaw malfunction.
So the second half of the show,
Yeah.
where we...
It's always fun.
Is it? You said that so nonchalant. Where we take a film
Yeah.
and we extract scenes and ideas from that film and then
The
search
essence.
the internet to see if we can find real life situations that reflect scenes
New
of that
stories.
film. And we've picked a film for this week.
Mm.
You've mentioned it a couple little times. Why don't you lead with your...
Yeah, so the AI roboty computers,
Robot?
robots coming to take our jobs. First jobs they're going to take is the driving sector. I reckon that's going to go pretty hard, pretty fast.
Yeah, so we're going to see... Uber's going to turn computer self-driven, right?
Automated transport options are already around. Monorail.
Monorail.
So that they do already exist, but they're not the first things that are going to go. The first things that are going to go are
Prostitutes, because they're going to be sex robots.
Factory?
Bank tellers will be replaced by ATMs, and
Isn't that
God,
already
are we in
happening?
the future?
And so-
We're already there.
And
Oh my god, we've been there for 60 years.
you know, machines in factories will make widgets that used to be stamped out by a guy with a hammer.
That's right.
There's
Yeah.
machines in factories now.
There are, believe it or not, they're pretty fancy.
You think they'll fill up all the what is it? Blue collar, white collar, yellow collar, red
Both.
collar. Which
Yeah,
collar?
both.
Both
Both.
colours.
Apparently, accountants are fucked.
Yeah.
Lawyers are fucked.
Yeah, lawyers are gone.
Doctors will be able to operate from 1,000 kilometres away with robot hands, and
What's how can you eradicate? How can you replace a lawyer with a robot?
you type the law in to
Oh,
the
then,
code,
Yeah.
and then they can adjudicate on how you. Yeah,
And they can also all the researchers doing, looking for all the cases, the
Yeah,
relevant
yeah,
cases. You
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
Trappett versus Smith of 1983.
I'll say, this is a travesty, Judge. I'd like to say that the defendant is not guilty. Mama.
I hope they do.
They do. Yeah,
I hope they
it's
do.
exactly like that.
Yeah.
Well, this is some of the things, some of the jobs, some of the predictions, if you will, of
Okay.
what's going to be happening.
All right. Hit us with it.
This is from ABC once again because they were really cranking it.
Yep.
Artificial intelligence, Professor Toby Walsh on 10 ways society will change by 2050. I love a good deadline.
Number one.
Because it's never right.
You like a good
Yeah.
countdown.
Beyond 2000.
Yeah.
None of it was right.
Still a
It's
good
pretty
show.
close. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Big pants. A lot of flair.
Lots of
a lot
shoulders.
Yeah. Curly mullets and stuff.
Did you ever have happy pants during the 90s? You know
Sure
those
did.
sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a few pairs.
Okay.
Well,
I never had a pair of those. Never had a pair
of
of those really wide hip hop
MC Hammer-
jeans. So
MC
yeah,
Hammer.
cross
never,
colours.
never had any of those.
No cross colours.
What's a cross color?
That's the big jeans. Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about the parachute pants. Yeah,
Happy pants.
happy pants.
Parachute pants were more of an 80s thing, weren't they?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Late 80s,
Mm.
early 90s.
Mm.
It was a terrible fashion time.
Please.
Number one, by 2050, you are banned from driving. I reckon that's
Banned from driving.
Banned from driving. Humans drive drunk, tired, distracted, and cause 95% of accidents.
I have heard recently on driving and deadlines 2050 or whatnot that companies, including Volvo and a few others, will no longer be producing cars with combustion engines. But they haven't said anything about who will be driving them. But
What are they going to do? What are they going to use?
Hydrogen.
Yeah, batteries, hydrogen. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just not
Who fucking
petrol.
cares, eh? This guy. Just sit in the fucking car and shut your mouth, all right?
I think that I'm all for that for the driving one.
sure you're coming through on my cans.
On my cans. I'm definitely coming through.
Okay,
So,
good.
As long as you can hear me from a
Yeah,
distance.
I'm all for it.
Automate.
I want to drive.
driverless
I wanna
drive
drive
cars.
it badly.
I was in a car the other night and they did one of those automatic reverse park.
Yeah.
images.
Oh, really? And did it
seems to be
freak you
very
out?
common. It did a little.
Yeah, it's freaky.
It's quite
Freaks me
spot
out
on.
too. Yeah,
How long does it
It
take?
did hit the gutter though. Is that weird?
it's not. Well, you're actually the driver's still in charge of the brake pedal,
Ah.
so it's a doot 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 doot, and when it's doing
avoid
that, it
beeping.
means you should
Human,
stop.
human,
You should stop
human.
now. Yeah.
So we're going to need a sober human to.
No, we're not.
No?
No, we're not. Because they're all going to be interconnected.
They'll talk to each other.
They'll talk to each other.
Yeah.
And it will stop those
Collision imminent.
Yeah,
Collision.
What,
No,
so
imminent.
arseholes in peak hour traffic where everyone's driving at 10 and yet they still need to swap lanes every bloody 10 metres because they think they're going to get somewhere faster. And then you're cruising along in the same lane the entire time and you keep like waving to them as you go
It's
past
called,
them.
Yeah.
It's called worming.
It's called being a dickhead.
Worming.
I don't know.
Worming?
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
Snaking. Snaking.
People who are driving like that, don't taunt them. through the mirror and windows. And
No,
stuff.
because you're bound to end up right next to them, and it gets awkward. If you've got like there's the cars that if you start to veer to the left or right, you know, say you're going pretty straight, and it does a little bit of the old correcty.
Yeah, it's good.
Right? Can you, by all rights, fall asleep?
Probably.
Have a quick nap? Have long naps?
No.
15-minute power gong?
No, but there is technology today already in cars that can tell when you're looking weary
Yeah.
and not making proper eye contact with the road, and they'll beep at you and say, hey,
Oi.
either wake up or pull over for a power nap.
It's a true story.
Is it?
Yep.
So the cars are going to be talking to each other. The gutters in the cars are going to be talking to each other.
Everything.
That's going to be the most
Everything.
boring conversation of all
Yeah.
time.
Well, they
Whoop.
talk in
Ah.
zeros and
Whoop.
ones, so it's already pretty boring.
One.
Oh, sorry,
1
1 0
0
0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 1 1.
You number 2.
Yeah.
You see the doctor daily. Daily doctors. Your personal 24/7 AI doctor will know your gene sequence and vulnerabilities to particular diseases. Yes,
See,
Tim.
but then stored on what data system where
Yeah.
for what?
Well,
Yeah.
this is the thing.
Purpose.
You're
Yeah,
going to buy.
not really comfortable with that that leap ahead in medical technology.
No.
Yeah, I think something about the unknown and not knowing when the day you're going to fall off the perch is.
Although I have found that every time I've gone to a doctor and you can't really read their screen, and
Yeah.
they go and they say, "What are your symptoms?" and they go tip 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 tap tappity tap, and they're just going, "Ask Dr. Google," because 9 times out
So
of
you're
10
thinking-
I walk out of there going, "I could have just fucking looked that up."
Yeah,
I
Coulda.
think they're gambling.
You have
Yeah.
They're putting it in a multi.
leprosy.
yeah.
I think it's going to be one robot for all your needs. So it's your maid, it's your
Handmade.
it's your sex robot,
Lover.
it's your lover, it's your driver,
It's your confidant. It's your muse.
yeah,
it's your
it's
rock.
your lawyer.
It's your rock.
Yeah.
It's your muse.
Mm,
Yep.
Sounds like a pretty good deal.
yeah. No.
Yeah,
I think it would
no.
play havoc with relationships
Right.
Although,
because you don't want to abandon relationships with humans.
Ah,
yeah.
well, this is going to be the whole thing, isn't it? Number 3, Marilyn Monroe is back in the movies, so you could just,
Okay. Have you ever seen a Marilyn Monroe movie? She is rubbish.
She is dead.
Yes. True.
Yeah.
But
Sorry,
so what's
Brandon
that got to
Lee
do-
and Marilyn Monroe.
well, what they'll do is avatars will be programmed to act and talk like anyone we choose to interact in to interact with.
You put us onto the VR special last night
Yep.
on
Yep.
ABC,
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking about that where they recreate an avatar of a loved one.
Yep.
And I was saying to Vanessa, this is probably what Ancestry.com is going to be like eventually, where you look up one of your ancestors, and then they, based on the information, they generate an algorithm that emulates your relative. They might not sound the same or whatever, but they'll be based on the photo that they have available.
It'll be based on
or
all
the
all
information
your
available.
Facebook likes, all the stuff you look
Well,
up.
from now they'd be able to profile us better, but going back further, they wouldn't.
I think
you know.
that's that Ancestry.com thing. They own your DNA sequence.
No, but when they were
they're doing
doing
half of
that, catching up with a loved one, he'd been 360 photographed from every angle to generate that 3D.
It's pretty sick.
It wasn't it? It was
yeah,
awesome.
it's pretty sick.
Was it?
That's awesome.
Did it pull at the heartstrings?
It did to the wife and the daughter.
No, to you.
I think it would freak me out.
Just saying- I'm
because
just gonna see if
I
you-
have no emotional connection to that old clunker.
See,
but-
you're like the Blade Runner. You know, you got to see. Maybe
Deckard.
Maybe you're not. Maybe you're not human, Dan.
You're a replicoid.
Maybe. Well,
Replodot.
You're asking me about
Replodoid.
that old
What is it?
dude. If it was someone that I was
Yeah,
close
but
to, it would be a deeply emotional experience.
Okay.
Now,
so
this
I'm
thing
saying
called
that-
empathy. Hold on a second, Tim. When you're watching something,
Hey.
you got to put yourself into the boots
Okay.
of the
Okay.
the story.
that
right?
sad music they play.
Yeah,
under
the sad music came
Yeah.
up, and he was talking about his town, and
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
the daughter was watching him talk, and
Yep. Yep.
It's a little bit sad,
But
isn't it?
what was sad about it? It was an experiment, and he wasn't dead. He was just
He
in the
wasn't
other
dead.
room.
That's right.
That's
It
true.
was
That's
an
true.
experiment.
So I'm saying that the people that knew the guy emotionally attached to that footage, really difficult for them to experience that. But their grandkids, valuable. It's valuable.
Prime example, Pop's interviews, the War Memorial.
Well, this is exactly what Vanessa said.
What's
that
that?
that there's not many people that would input their personal experiences or be able to do it in a media savvy kind of way that would benefit future generations, because we do podcasts and all that kind of stuff and sort of got used to it, but you can't make Vanessa come in here and say hello onto the microphone.
I was
She
born
won't
on-
do it.
Okay.
So it's not a thing that's for everybody. So you saw that they were filming that guy to put his avatar into a virtual reality world, but he was uncomfortable with the whole process as well, which affects the kind of.
But this is
Results.
just the next evolution of people started remembering lost loved ones differently when photos were invented. Then it turned to video and watching home movies of your dead uncle or whatever. Then it became virtual reality, and next thing you know, you'll be able to project the image of your granddad onto an avatar that you're about to.
That's weird. Yeah. I was going to exactly say that, but what I was going to say before about my grandfather, because he was in the war, and the War Memorial guys, the archives did 4 hours, and so I was watching that footage. It was quite moving. But then he died, and we put a sort of a thing together, a little package, a movie to play after his funeral up in Queensland. And when his face came up, that was the tearjerker for everyone in the room. Like it hits hard.
Yep.
It's good. It's good. Maybe that's a little business to get into.
Well, I've seen movies and stuff, future movies, where people are pining over lost children or something, and they've got these 3D holograms that can pop up on a table, and they just, it doesn't help with the whole getting over the lost thing.
Total Recall. If you're watching this, you've probably got a towel wrapped around your head. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
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 You can only ask it so many limited questions.
That's right.
But it was very interesting.
Yeah, anyway. Computer number 4. Computer hires and fires you. So, like having a boss that can read your emotions and check out your work ethics and all that.
Did you say hires and fires
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
or high fives you?
Yeah, high fives if you're
A
doing a good
robot
job.
that can high five you.
But I was going to ask that about if would you take a dump on your a robot boss's desk?
Oh, every day.
Well, I had an interview for a promotion last Wednesday. I was told last Friday that I didn't have the job.
Oh.
Yes,
By robots.
Well, it was
Pretty much.
It was a behavioural based test.
Oh.
That's all based on the future algorithms of robots will be in HR. I guarantee.
Did they determine you were too what or not enough of what?
I don't know.
They don't tell you the results, so you can better yourself.
No.
We're gonna forbid you from the knife drawer in the tea room.
Stay away from
Yeah.
the rat sack
Yeah.
under the sink there.
Well, I expressed my disappointment, but I haven't sought official feedback yet.
Did you?
I'll keep you posted, fellas.
Did you answer yes to the question? Would you take a dump on my desk if I promoted you?
Very may well have.
No. Number 5. There's 10 of them, so you just tell me when to stop.
Oh, no,
Five's
it's all very future sailors.
All right, so rooms talk to you. So you walk into a house. That's almost it there.
Yeah.
You ask it questions.
Yeah.
Who won the footy?
Yeah.
Whatever. All that kind of nonsense.
What's the new Google and Apple things you can put in the
Siri.
corner of your room?
Don't trust that for 1 second.
They were listening to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
They
like
record
that.
every bit of everything.
Number 6.
It is concerning, isn't it?
It is concerning.
Yeah,
Continue.
will be. We'll be long gone, or we'll just be
You don't care?
avatars. Yeah, I do actually.
I care.
do. I put a little bit of sticker over my laptop and stuff.
Yes,
the camera.
look, there's a bit of blue tack over my
Webcam.
webcam.
Okay.
I feel weird.
But I
ACO.
have seen both of you guys wrapping your heads in alfoil.
Yeah, true. But from the comfort of your own home,
Yeah.
while hacking into my internet computer. No.
What about your phone that you're looking at?
Hate it.
There's a little camera looking at you.
Mm.
Yeah, and then when I hold it up like this, there's a camera looking at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sucks.
Mm.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Why do we need two
when
cameras?
you're
Why?
what about
Why?
So when you're at a concert, you can film it and watch it. instead of
God, that
watching the
irritates
concert.
me about bloody going to concerts these
I'll
days.
say. I'll
So
say.
why have
Oh,
one that
why go
faces
to a
you?
concert if all you're going to do is look at your screen to record it?
That's
Like-
the
What's the deal
Well, that's
with
a
the
hot-
toilet paper?
that's a hot take from Dan.
Oh, Jesus.
Robots.
Just 5 minutes.
Robots rob banks, so online stuff, because algorithms will be written and hackers will be getting so good that
Okay,
you need
so,
a robot to do it,
alright.
and then
So a robot robs a bank,
Mm.
and then
wirelessly,
Yeah,
You don't need a
wirelessly.
robot. You just need a computer program and a back door.
yeah.
Oh, thank you. Let's just say a robot robs a bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the person that gets prosecuted is the person that programs the robot to rob the bank,
Mhm.
or the robber himself, being the robot.
Well,
But there's no physical man that's actually walking in. Remember when we were impressionable teenagers and we thought, let's plan a bank robbery. What would we each bring? And how Jamie Lips was going to come with a bulldozer. Someone else was
We'll
going to
call
have
him Dozer.
yeah, well, someone else was going to have a bazooka, and we had it all mapped out where you actually had to physically go in, pack your sacks, getaway car, blah blah blah. These days it's just
type in some numbers.
type in
ones and
some
zeros.
numbers and off you go.
That's true.
Just on your thought, Tim, who gets fined? I think there was that movie, that Australian movie. You remember this or ever heard about this? In the 90s, where he builds that robot, and it robs the bank.
Isn't that Malcolm?
Malcolm, very good, Tim. Nice pull.
Good one, Tim.
There
yeah,
you go.
nice work.
I don't know
Didn't
how I
have to use
remember
the
that.
internet.
No, you didn't.
That was, I would say that if Malcolm got busted, if the robot got busted,
Malcolm would get caught.
the robot's not going to jail.
No.
But the robot, if the designer had any sense at all, would have programmed the robot to deny
Everything. True.
deny all responsibility.
All right. So,
And then I'll just dance
is there
over
one?
very quick.
Is there one that's going to scare us? Like
yeah.
the future?
The future. World soccer champions lose to robot teams. No, that didn't.
No.
Do it. No, okay.
No,
Ghost.
but cyborg enhancements are a real
Enhancements.
real
That's right.
I think that's
possibility.
right.
Definitely.
Your dick
implants.
fingers. Yeah.
yeah. What
You'll
about
finally
this
get
one?
those cock fingers I always wanted.
This is spooky. Ghost ships, planes, and trains cross the globe because no one's going to be driving them. So
Oh,
they're
of
just
course,
going to be.
self-driven ghost ships.
Mhm.
So, robot pirates.
Yep. TV news is made without humans,
Mm.
and
that's
humans
probably-
live on after death in their avatar. And
Mm.
I
all
think
that kind of stuff.
that's definitely a possibility.
We've,
One thing I
really
found,
covered some ground there, boys.
Yeah, didn't we?
Mm.
Mm.
I mean, the one thing that's very prominent in the movie that we're kind of hinting towards is the VR experience, right?
Mm.
Have you had Oculus Rift, the special super duper headset, VR headset on yet?
No, I haven't.
It's amazing.
Is it?
It's actually amazing.
Okay.
So, for those that haven't done it, it's like what you see right now. How you can kind of peripheral vision.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bit there. It really takes up all that vision.
Okay.
So you have a sense of like you have to look around to look around.
Okay.
And I tried it out. Was amazed by it. Nothing like the one that you put your phone in the front of. It's
Yeah.
nothing like that.
Is that good?
That's pretty good.
I made one of those with the coat hangers. I just bent it around my neck, and then I just sat the phone. I just right up close to my face.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
But
Damn
if you want to entertain yourself, do what I did today and spend little under an hour looking at people with virtual reality glasses on fucking up when they've got the glasses on and just fucking falling over and bumping into walls and shit like that.
They were describing it last night on the show, how if you want to get that optical impression to actually work and project a 3D image, you need to take a photo and then you move slightly to the right, because the gap between the two eyes is called, I think that might be called the Oculus Rift.
Yeah, maybe that is.
Yeah, and the gap needs to be measured between these two things, and when they both align, which they're actually slightly apart, you get perspective.
Okay. It's pretty. It's nuts, man. It's nuts. They've come a long way with it.
Yeah, but they were also saying that even though they've come a long way with it, they're still only achieving the same shit they were doing when it was all the rage back in the 90s, which is why we're referencing it tonight.
Yeah, and but like, it's like anything, like, Nintendo, right?
Mm-hmm.
I won't buy a Nintendo because the graphics are absolute fucking junk, right? And they continue to. I mean, we're nearly done there, Dan. So that's not really a matter. I'm going to continue to make really bad graphics because that's the Nintendo look, right? But that's not going to interest me in any way. In the future, I want super realistic things. But then you get to the uncanny valley, which we've talked about on the show 1,000 billion times.
Yes,
and it becomes too real.
I kind of like that.
Fakey fake, because in all these 80s movies and 90s movies that use virtual reality, or it goes into the computer, or that, it's that Nintendo kind of graphics.
It's bad graphics.
It's really bad. It's really bad. But
It was better than Nintendo in this particular movie, though.
The graphics.
Yeah.
Not much.
Well, we might as well reveal it so that we can.
Yeah, well, let's do that. It is...
The Lawnmower Man. It's a stretch.
It is a stretch,
Yeah.
But the VR thing is a very popular thing at the moment. So, I mean, it's the only time. I think that was the first VR movie ever made.
It'd have to be.
Yeah.
Have to be.
Yeah.
It's
Weird-
the access
weird
denied.
shit.
The way is the computer graphics going to be so spelt out like that. Oh, we can't go through this method. We're going to have to go through this path. Access denied.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you remember that scene where he's
that's
trying
right.
to hack into the system or something?
Yeah.
Do you remember it? No, you haven't seen the film?
I just
in
love
25
the.
years?
Do you remember the internal servers in Hackers, and how when you remember the movie Angelina Jolie
yeah.
and
I know you've had a hard on for that for years. That movie,
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it.
whatever. I like the way they were searching through the file servers was like almost like flying through a cityscape.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I thought.
Well, did they have the goggles on?
Maybe they did at one stage, but they were all in phone booths or something.
Something like that.
That was pretty cool.
I want it to be so real that I don't know it's a robot.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
want the
I
uncanny
don't know. I
valley.
reckon it's a slippery slope if
I
it
think the
becomes
robots-
so real.
Robots are going to have better manners than most people that I come in contact with.
Depends who programs them.
It's when they get their update and they go all wiggity
Westworld.
Westworldy. Yeah.
Or if you don't do your iOS upgrade and they start bugging out on you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Or they start throwing pop-up ads at you.
Yeah.
And then spend the entire time. So when are you going to update? You going to update? You going to update? You going
Yeah.
to update? When are you going to
Yeah,
update?
right.
When are you going to
Yeah.
update? Oh, my system's saying that we need an update. When are we going to update?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. It's like the cat always meowing for food.
And
Jesus Christ, until you kick it out.
Get out! Got to give them all like water, food. Take
Yeah.
them to the vet. Fuck
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah, it's too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yep. But it seems as though it's becoming a space where people could be really interested in spending too much time, and that could be potentially damaging to the
Yeah.
fabric of society. But let's not be negative about VR. VR
No,
holds a lot of
be-
great possibilities.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's sure.
And the
it
big
sure
question on
does.
everyone's lips, when can you fuck it?
Yeah, that's great. Well, there's the music coming up, and
Well, just the stories very quickly. Were the related stories? Did we do that? Yeah, not really.
related
Not really.
stories, VR, computer stuff. We said Lawnmower Man.
You didn't-
Oh, what do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. All right. Well, as usual, it's the Escape Pods, and
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. I'm Timmy Taco.
I'm Jezbot.
And I'm Danoz.
Go love yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button. The ship will self-destruct in exactly 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Who are you? One pod left! And the three of us!
The escape pod. The escape pod. What if there are droids in the escape pod? The sensors wouldn't pick them up.
Escape pod is really nice. Well, boys, it's a very lovely ship. I think you should go down. Goodbye!